Okay, Oshinoko mystery time. Let's make this intro quick. You may or may not have noticed Ai Hoshino's phone password was deliberately revealed in the show 45510. The special 5-digit number can be found everywhere, even plastered in the OP. Turns out there is a massive secret story behind this number, which was not even covered in the main manga. So what does the number actually imply? Keep watching this video to find out. Before we dive into the actual story, let's do a simple recap on the background. After Ai Hoshino was brutally murdered, her son Aqua vowed to find the mysterious puppeteer behind the scenes. As Ai lived a very secretive life outside her professional idol work, the only lead Aqua had was her personal phone. After 4 whole years of manually trying every password combination, the password was revealed to be a very peculiar 5-digit number. While in the manga or the anime, the story ends here. Yet there is actually a whole backstory behind the password, which had been revealed in the exclusive light novel written by the original author himself, appropriately titled 45510. So buckle up and here's the story. The story started out from a first-person perspective of an unnamed character. Let's call this person the girl.
I saw a ghost,
the girl said. Seems like she stumbled on an illegal archived video of a legendary idol who left the entertainment world 16 years ago.
Wow, how long has it been? Someone saved this? Well, I should expect nothing less from fans.
So far, we knew this person was one of the former members of B-Komachi, and this story took place many years after the death of Ai Hoshino. The other members of B-Komachi were hardly represented in the story. They barely had dialogue, and only 3 of them had names. They were just filler characters for the superstar Ai Hoshino. Anyway, let's see what this member of B-Komachi had to say.
For me, being a part of B-Komachi wasn't all that fun. Of course, I met a lot of celebrities, went out to dinner with people I adored, got on TV. I enjoyed it a lot. However, B-Komachi itself was not fun at all. We had rehearsals and lessons every day. We traveled all over Japan but only saw the view from the train and stage venues. We missed out on the entirety of our high school lives. But above all else, I hated Ai. I was the one who overshadowed me. We were nothing but backup dancers to complement her. Of course, I understand. Without Ai, we would have remained an underground idol group. Without her, we would have never tasted the spotlight like we did. That doesn't mean I was at peace with it. There was no way I wasn't jealous when everything favored her.
B-Komachi, like many real idol groups, started out with middle schoolers. However, as time passed by, the youthfulness of these girls began to fade away, and this member was not an exception. But how did Ai escape from the wrath of time? The girl quickly explained.
I looked mature from the very beginning, and her innocent face remained the same till the very end.
The members of B-Komachi were not close at all. Massive jealousy lurked underneath the shiny image of the group. One time, one of the girls became frustrated and began to harass Ai. She stole her cosmetics and started rumors. The girl recalled, after she expressed her true feelings about Ai, the girl booted up the archived video. In the video, Ai popped up and she said,
Can you hear me? Is the volume too low? I see. Well, everyone turn up the volume on your phones, please.
Then, Ai answered some questions from her fans. As usual, her answers were riddled with secrecy. No matter what was asked, all she did was slip away. Her mysteriousness fed into her charisma. But then, a peculiar question popped up. What is your favorite food?
Nothing in particular, but I prefer to avoid white rice.
Ai answered.
Liar.
The unnamed girl blurted out.
I regularly ate bento. She even took leftover cheap bentos home.
Ai then continued.
Not that I hate the taste. White rice is soft, and then you have sand or some other grit in it. It's really scary when you suddenly chew on that, right?
To give more background information, Ai grew up in a very neglected environment. Her mother treated her very poorly. It was not an exaggeration for sand to mix into her meal. Then, the next question came. Do you want to get married?
No,
I answered immediately.
I can't imagine it at all. Marriage? Me? Even if you say you want to marry me, how much of that is true? I can understand when people want to be with someone they like, but why marriage? Maybe lately I've come to understand the feeling of wanting to be together forever. Only very recently though.
A chill swept over the unnamed girl's body. I then continued.
My relative gave birth recently, and I want to be with them forever.
To give more information, the video was recorded after I gave birth, yet this secret was known by very few. Then, in front of the camera, I continued to answer her next question. Who's your type? At first, I hesitated to answer, but then she told the camera that she preferred someone who would not be bothered by her frequent mistakes and slip-ups. It was clear that I struggled with social skills. She had trouble remembering people's names and had a tendency to view individuals as bland characters rather than distinct individuals. She found it difficult to understand and believe others' expressions of love towards her, which made it very hard for her to replicate the feelings of love. It was only after a certain event that she truly learned what love was. The unnamed girl thought to herself.
I think that was the first time I had heard her true feelings.
Subsequently, I said,
Actually,
but the video was cut off immediately. Despite the repeated efforts of the unnamed girl, she failed to find the rest of the footage. Nonetheless, nostalgic feelings flooded her. She mesmerized the good old days when I and the rest of the group got along together. Suddenly, she remembers that there was an old blog the entire group used to write on, like a diary. The girl flipped onto the website. The account was locked. After a few tries, the member entered the correct password, 45510. It was the same as Ai's password. What does it actually mean? The numbers refers to the initials of B-Komachi's founding members when inputted on Japanese flip phones. Takamine, so ta, 4, Nino. Na, ni, 55. I, which means a, so 1. Watanabe, so wa, which is 0. 45510. Oh, so this is where it came from. Seems like I really cared about them after all, more than mere side characters. As the girl browsed through the blog that is hidden from public eyes, she stumbled on an unpublished draft written by Ai. Curiously, the girl swiftly clicked on it, which read,
wow, I missed this page. I thought it would be long gone. So we were this close in the beginning. We're pretty stiff around each other now, right? Well, I do think it's my fault. I feel really bad about this. It's my responsibility. With everything going on lately, I can't ask you to believe me, but I really want to be friends with everyone, and these are my honest feelings. If possible, can we go back to before? You can tease me whenever you want. Scold me like you used to. I want to make it up to you. I've been meaning to tell you guys some things, with everyone.
As the girl read the next sentence, she froze in horror.
This wasn't her. This is not I.
She thought to herself.
She was strong, determined, and invincible. She would never write things like this. This is not I. This is not my I.
The girl quickly deleted the draft. She thought,
no one should see it ever again.
The novel never revealed what the girl really read, nor the rest of the unpublished draft. Suddenly, the girl also remembered what the missing part of the fan archive stream was. They filmed it together after all. I told the story of her mother, how her mother broke alcohol bottles, and some pieces of the shattered glass ended up in Ai's bowl of rice. This is why she hated white rice. It reminded her of her gloomy past. It was also the only time Ai showed weakness on the screen. The girl wondered if the fan who posted that video was also like herself. They deliberately hid the video as they did not want to admit that Ai had that side to her. They wanted to protect the image of Ai by excluding that side of her, just like how the girl deleted Ai's draft. That message might have been one of the very few SOS from Ai, but no one will ever see it again. The girl wondered to herself,
was that the true side of I? Or was it also fabricated, like the rest of her?
The end of the light novel reads,
I shut down the computer. The darkened screen reflected my face. It was the face of a girl who was devoted to I more than anyone else. It was the face of an unshakable believer.
And that's the end of the short tale behind her phone password. Incredibly, the OP of Oshi Idol by YOASOBI was also based on this story. Let's go read the lyrics. In the very first verse, the first 3 questions are the same question asked by fans from the illegal archived video, which was what the unnamed B-Komachi member felt towards Ai. You can even see an arrow in the music video, secretly pointing towards Ai. So actually, the OP is also very well thought out too. So this is pretty much it. I believe the purpose of this story is to add more color and image to the side characters in B-Komachi. As you can see from the original manga, they are often faceless and irrelevant to the story, but this exclusive story showcased the perspective of the rest of the B-Komachi members. Special thanks to the English translator of 45510. I will put a link in the description for the full story. That's it. Check out my other videos and go subscribe.